this pizza oven make steaks that are this delicious? Keep on watching how to use a pizza oven like the Uni pizza oven to make delicious steaks and the best steaks that we've found delivered direct to your door. Meet some of the best steak that we've found. This is Snake River Farms. We have the New York strip end here, and then we have two fillets, the smaller ones there, and a top sirloin. Now, what makes Snake River Farms so amazing? They are the first American Wagyu beef. And I'll explain more about what that means, but it just means it's delicious. The first thing you need to do is fire up your Uni pizza oven. They say to aim for 932 degrees Fahrenheit. There we have 937 degrees, so just about perfect. The next thing you do is you take your seasoned cast iron skillet and put it in the oven for about 10 minutes. You'll notice we also have a normal pan that's upside down there, and that's just so we can place the pan on there as we're moving the steaks around. It does get super hot. And you don't have to use both your hands carrying a very hot skillet. It won't burn the surface below it, and it allows you to move the steak around with using really both hands if you need to, but it's a great way to make sure you don't burn the area around you. Now let's go in the kitchen and show you how we make these. The first thing we do is we get a little bit of vegetable oil, and we take that vegetable oil. We don't use olive oil because it can burn. This is just Smart Balance oil. And then we crack some salt and pepper over the steak. So you put the salt and pepper on the steak. After you're done putting the salt and pepper on the steak, then we lightly brush the steaks with that vegetable oil. And that's so, once again, it does not stick to the pan. It is going to be really hot here, as you'll see in just a second. And then we last applied some of this Costco seasoning. It's a really great seasoning. Snake River Farms also has a great seasoning you can use, but this is a nice butter flavor, and it just brings out the flavor of the steak really good. Now look at these steaks. Don't they look amazing before they go on the grill? Those are just beautiful. We did let them get close to room temperature by taking them out of the refrigerator, but they are simply awesome. Make sure to get both sides with your seasoning and your salt and pepper so the flavor is consistent throughout. So let's take these out to the grill and warn you, like I said, it's gonna get hot. Now this is the Uni pizza oven. You can see our full review where we make some amazing pizza at home with this awesome oven. We let the cast iron skillet sit in there for 10 minutes. Once again, we have that pan down there in case we need to set it down and move the steak around. And so you simply take out the cast iron skillet, you place it on that pan that's upside down. Once again, that's just a pan that we got around the house. And then you put the steaks on the pan. Now they're gonna sizzle the second you put them on. Check this out. Woo! So we put them all three in the cast iron skillet, and then we use an oven glove and a little pair of pliers to help pick up the pan because it is hot and it is heavy. Just slide it in there right in the middle. You'll see it does flame right away. The steaks go in there for 90 seconds on each side, and then you flip it. Every 30 seconds, though, it's good to take out the steaks, if you have more than one, and rotate it around so each steak is cooked consistently. And that's what we're doing here. So every 30 seconds, take them out and move them around, but 90 seconds total on each side. You're just flipping them or rotating them?
I'm rotating them.
Okay.
Because it's going to be 90 seconds on each side.
Okay. Once again, you put them in for about another 30 seconds for a total of 90 seconds on each side to get a really good medium steak. After those 30 seconds are up, you take them back out and you rotate them one more time. Toss them in for another 30 seconds. And then it's time to pull them out and see the first half of it cooked. You'll notice that it is very charred on the outside, which is good. You'll see here in just a second on the inside, it is not charred. It is absolutely perfect. So you take it out and you flip it over before putting it back in again. Repeat the same process on the other side. Do it for about 30 seconds, turn it, do it for 30 seconds, turn it, 90 seconds total on each side. And then you can use a meat thermometer to figure out what the inside temperature is to get your steak cooked exactly the way you like it. Now, if you want a rare steak, cook it to about 110 degrees, and actually it needs to be about 5 degrees cooler than what you think it should be, because it's going to warm up about 5 degrees while you're resting it. So if you want a nice medium steak, look for it to be about 125 degrees inside, because it's going to warm up like that one we just put on the plate. This one is about 130 degrees, so it'll be about 135 degrees once we let it rest for a couple minutes. This last one here was just a little bit on the rare side, about 110, and so we tossed that back in the oven to let it cook for just another couple of seconds. And just look at these steaks. They are mouth-watering. Once again, let them rest for about 10 minutes to rise up about 5 degrees and let those juices sink in. Just look at these steaks, and they're not changing color, but something about that yellow plate makes my camera go a little bit wacky, so sorry about that, but here's cutting into it. That is awesome. Just a little bit touch, maybe right around medium. Oh, that is a juicy, good looking, high quality steak. Super moist. And you're going to hear kids in the background, but here is my first reaction to trying this steak after letting it rest for 10 minutes. Let's try. That was really good. Seriously, this is some of the best steak I've ever cooked at home. Sure, I've had really good steak at restaurants, but never steak this good, this juicy, this charred that I've gotten from home. I'll post a full review of Snake River Farms, but I hope this showed you how to make steak in your pizza oven. We sure enjoyed it. Stay tuned, I'm going to show you a simple tip not to do when cooking a steak in your pizza oven. Don't go anywhere. Is there anything sadder than an awesome steak that you didn't make right? Well, we made a big mistake with the New York strip in cut that we got. Now, we thought that maybe the cast iron skillet was a little too dry, and so we added some additional oil to the cast iron skillet. And guess what? It just made it smoke and fire a lot. So trust the process, put the oil on the steak, make sure your cast iron skillet is well seasoned, and don't add any oil to the pan. It will only result in a ton of fire coming out. It looks really cool, especially in slow motion, but it will make your steak a little bit charred. And the steak was fine, and it would have been a lot better if we would have followed the process that we outlined there. Don't put oil in the pan. Even if you think it needs it, make sure to put the oil on the steak so it doesn't stick. But if you put too much oil in, it can just end up with a bunch of flames and you'll have a really sad steak. Did you like this video? Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe. We'll post a full review of the Snake River Farms steak here very shortly. Make sure you also check out our Uni Pizza Oven review and see how it makes pizzas. If you have any questions, let us know below. We hope to see you again real soon.